Hey guys, Tom Ostasic, Men's Divorce Playbook, talking about kids and divorce. And I wanted to share what I hope is an inspirational story for you guys as you're navigating these waters and hopefully creating a good dynamic for your children and a good dynamic for interacting with your ex moving forward for the sake of your children. Um, so this is my situation. I feel very fortunate that I've got a very good relationship with my ex-wife. I feel like we co-parent really well, and I believe that there's a point that I can look back on where it could have gone either way. And I believe I take responsibility for my actions in helping me cultivate a very healthy relationship with my ex. And so I'm going to share this story with you that maybe inspires you, gives you some thoughts, ideas, because really what I'm about is trying to help you guys navigate this the best you can, and here's my story. So it was right around Easter, and the courts have decided the custody schedule. We're splitting time, and I've been awarded Easter Sunday with my daughter. And you know, my ex-wife at the time, we are cordial. It's still this uh, cordial state, and I tell her I'm going to take my daughter to an Easter egg hunt this coming weekend, and that she is welcome to join us. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, that's what my daughter would love. She would love to spend time with both of us, and that was, both of our inspiration as we started to go through divorce. We're like, you know what, we want to do right by our daughter. So in that spirit, I invited her to do the Easter egg hunt with us. She was touched. She was happy, excited. Thank you. That week, the divorce process was getting ugly. I had moved stuff out of our house, or I think I was collecting some of the last items out of our house, and there was a debate about what I should or shouldn't be taking. Um, Lawyers were involved. It was, honestly, for me, it was really frustrating because I felt like we were pissing away money on lawyers that would far exceeded the items we were arguing over, right? So, it kind of felt like we were in the middle of I'm right, no, I'm right, and it was maybe childish, but we all go through that through a divorce process. There's ego involved, and it was definitely in play at that time, and I was mad. And I that week told her, you know what? I don't really want to be around you. So I told her I didn't want her there that weekend at the Easter egg hunt. And to her credit, she's like, okay, I understand. And I don't think we had this conversation face to face, but it was my weekend, and I was well within my right to retract my offer. So I did that early in the week, and I'll be honest, I felt like, well, I showed her, but it didn't feel good. And why it didn't feel good is because it wasn't right by my daughter. Truthfully, my daughter was the one that was being punished because I didn't want to be around her mom. And that didn't sit well with me. And truthfully, my daughter was my everything at this point in my life. I was living in a town. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any family, didn't have any friends, didn't have a job. Um, I was there wholeheartedly because of my daughter and had no intentions of being anywhere else. And it didn't feel right that I was taking her mother from her in this potentially really fun day for her. And so that next day, I thought about it that night, and I you know, I maybe I'm the type of person who thinks things through, and I thought about, is this the tone I want to set? Do I want this? Do I want her to be able to do this to me? I didn't. I didn't want this for her. I didn't want this for me. I didn't really want to hurt my ex by using my daughter. So I think it was the next day, I called her and I said, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry because I never want to use my daughter as an instrument to hurt you, nor do I want you ever to do that to me. I said, despite our differences, I hope we never have it affect our daughter, or, let's put her ahead of all those things. I said, I retract my, um, my statement, and I want you to come spend Easter with us at this Easter egg hunt. And I think we did this in person because I remember seeing her eyes welling up with tears where she was moved. It was a touching moment. And she really wanted to be around our daughter on Easter. So we then spent that morning doing the Easter egg hunt, and I knew that she, this was her hometown. She had family. She had an Easter afternoon with cousins and relatives and grandparents. And after that Easter egg hunt, I knew my plan was I was going to take my daughter back to my 2-bedroom apartment, and we were just going to hang out. And, that would feel good to me, but I thought about my daughter, and I thought, gosh, would she rather just sit in an apartment with me or be around a bunch of family and friends and have fun with cousins and have a really special day? And I thought, that's best for her. So I told my ex, I said, if you would like to take her today, I think she would really like that. And again, she was touched. And I believe it set the tone for how we would interact, because even though I was well within my right to tell her to piss off and, you made me mad and it's my time, it wouldn't have set a very good tone. And I tried to be the bigger person, not even really to be the bigger person, but to be the inspiration behind it is what was best for my daughter. And I feel like that moment set the tone between the two of us for the rest of our experience of putting our daughter's interests ahead of our own personal interests. And that was one of many instances where that played out. And so I just want to share that with you. Maybe it inspires you to bite your tongue. Maybe it inspires you to do something thoughtful. But I see it as an investment in your future, because you are going to be interacting with this woman for more than likely the rest of your life. And you would much rather this be a healthy, easy, you just want this better. You do not want this being painful. And so don't fight fire with fire. Potentially fight fire with love and compassion, and let this hopefully be your inspiration. So, guys, keep the questions coming. Obviously the kids thing and divorce is very near and dear to my heart. I'm happy to share more thoughts, ideas. So I guess comment below with questions, and we'll go from there.